something that has stuck with me out of that is that mission work. What was crazy about it is, like, even though the movie I watched was about inner city missions, and even though I had volunteered at this ranch that helped inner city kids for since I was 12, it never occurred to me that missions was here in the States somehow. Like, I always thought missionary work was going to mean me going to some other country. And what really struck me was that, man, right here in our own backyard, there are people, there are youth and families that need God's love. And being a missionary is not about necessarily going to another country. There's a lot of work to do here. And so I'm saying all that to say, I think for any person or kid, you can be a missionary the moment when you're ready to say yes to God in the place that he's put you. Being a missionary, even as a kid, doesn't necessarily mean you're going to some bad part of town. It can mean that, God, I want to be a missionary here in the school that you put me. I want to be a missionary here in my neighborhood. How do I spread your love and your goodness and your truth, even right here where I live and in my school? I think Samuel is a great example of that, if any young person is looking for inspiration. He was just 12 years old, but he was available to hear God's voice at a young age. And so God started to use him even at a young age. And so, God's not looking for your ability or your age, but whether you're available right where you're at. And if you was a kid that asked this question, I just encourage you to ask your parents, how can let's talk, parents. Is there any way I can spread God's love in my neighborhood, in my school? See if your parents will help you dream up some ways to do that.